Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa, and it's an absolute pleasure to welcome Miss Karin Taylor to the show. She's a world-renowned actress, philanthropist, and mother of 5.
What?
Girl, I don't know how you do it all.
Thank you. Yeah, I say chasing around the kids is a good way to keep fit.
So true. So tell us, because you have 5 children, and you're an actress, and you do all this work, philanthropic work, how do you simplify? How do you keep it simple so that it's not too chaotic for you?
Well, I heard when you were talking before about just, you had to get your categories straight. And that's what, because it's so easy to say yes, 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 especially when it comes to philanthropy, because you want to help everyone. So you want to say yes, yes, yes. And I'm so guilty of that. I want to people please. I want to do everything for everyone and then put myself last. So what I've finally learned is that I have to put myself and my needs first, and I actually am able to do more. So I try to focus on that. Like, what do I need out of the day? And I do that first, and then I do the other list, because I used to just start off with, the kids need this, my husband wants this, I got to do this for the animals, oh, this person wants me to do this, oh, the neighbor, oh, they asked me to volunteer, and I was just run down.
Totally depleting.
Yeah. So what do you need? Like, what is a day when you go, I need to take care of myself first? What does that look like for you?
Yeah, so I really need to connect with nature. So being out here, I didn't have my animals, but I walked on the beach in Malibu, and that was incredible. And just sitting out there and listening to the ocean. And then as I moved into a local hotel this morning, I went out, just breathed in, listened to the birds. And so really connecting with nature is important to me. And then journaling and just having a little space and quiet time where I don't have anyone around me. And I've tried to do that with my kids, because they've had quiet time their whole lives from 1 to 2:30, that they each have to go to their own rooms and be alone. And I think that's really important, to have alone
Wow, that's
time.
profound.
It is profound.
Mhm.
So important
I
to
still
learn to
can't
love
even
your
do
aloneness.
that. I'm figuring it out, though. So tell us a little bit about Weisberg Stables and what you've done with Unbridled Power.
Yep, so Weisberg Stables is our family farm, and it's 20 acres. And just recently I realized I have over 250 animals, because I never wanted to count the animals before, but the kids were kind of playing, and I wanted to be the fun mom that day, so I played along. And so now, yes, we have 250 animals.
What kind of animals are at these stables?
I breed miniature horses, and we also have regular size horses, donkeys, emus, goats, potbelly pigs, llamas, guinea pigs, rabbits.
You have just
Wallabies.
the biggest heart of anybody I've ever met. 5 kids and 250 animals.
That doesn't sound too simple.
I know.
No, it does. No.
I know.
So great.
So,
Well, I just wanted to know how you're working with the foster care system, and really how your stables have become therapy for the community you've created.
right. So one of the things that we offer first is the environment. A lot of kids that are at-risk youth are not living in an environment that can connect them with nature. So when they come to our farm, it's a little bit like an oasis, and a lot of them have never even seen a chicken or anything like that before. They're always amazed when they go in the chicken coops and get the eggs, because eggs come in many colors. We also have peach and pink and green eggs and blue, so they love that.
Oh,
they always
natural.
think they can put them under their pillow and get a chicken the next morning. So I have to explain that to them. But so basically we bring them out, and so first is the environment, the change of environment, the peace, nature, the calm. So I try to share that with them. And then there's the connection with animals, the connecting with nature. And I talk to them about every living thing has a language, and body language is 80%. So I talk to them about reading body language in animals and how animals are always reading their body language. I talk to them about different vocalizations that animals have. And one of the things that's always interesting is guinea pigs have one vocalization that they only use with humans. They want to connect with us so much that they've created one vocalization they only use with humans.
That little
And that's
squeak?
to ask for food. The week, week, week sound, that's only with humans.
Wow.
All the other
Wow.
chips and chirps mean different things, and they say that to each other. They never week at each other. They only week when they want some human to give them attention or food.
It's so incredible. I love your work. I love, because I think a huge part of simplicity is about increasing your sensitivity, increasing your self-awareness and emotional intelligence so that you can connect better with yourself and with others. And that's precisely what you're doing there at the stable. So what kind of results do you see when you help kids sort of learn these sort of basic skills? And
Well, one of the things we do with our equine assisted learning program, Unbridled Power, is we use the horses to teach life skills. So we put the kids in teams because teams to humans are like herds to horses. And so they team up with a horse and a few other kids, and they have to do these obstacles, think out of the box. It really puts them working with a big horse can be intimidating, but they're also flight animals, so they respond to stimuli really quickly. So you can't lie to a horse. You can lie to a therapist, you can lie to yourself, but you can't fool a horse. They can hear your heartbeat 150 feet away. And they really want to feel safe. And horses in particular look for a leader. So just like in groups of people, if you're not going to be the leader, some horses will take over and be the leader. And some horses that aren't comfortable will be very intimidated and want to get away from you because they're like, I'm not going to be safe here. So by having the kids work with the horses, they learn more about themselves. They understand maybe what they're projecting. Even so, some of your kids that project like a really tough demeanor might really be hiding a lot inside. And likewise, someone who's looking very peaceful on the outside might have a lot of strong negative energy on the inside, and the horses pick up on that. So when we teach them about that, we allow them to be aware of themselves and others, which is a big concept for kids. And then especially our at-risk youth, you know, what they need to do to stay safe in their neighborhoods, the body language that they take on doesn't always work for them in other situations when they go in for the job and they're very, you know, I want to say almost like predatory in nature, just, you know, the intense eye contact, and that's unsettling to people, and they don't realize the response that they're getting. But when you do that with a horse and you see the response and you learn to adjust yours.
Interesting. It sounds like there's a lot of universal teachings in that the universe and our subconscious already knows, like, you can't lie to that either. And it seems like life's constantly pushing us. Like, if we don't know what we want and we're not leaders, it's going to constantly test us to try and have us find our leadership. Did you always know? Did you always know what you wanted out of life?
No.
No. What was your little bit of your own
Absolutely
growth in discovering this path?
I would say, you know, when I used to be out here and I first started in the business, I wanted to work. So whatever anyone wanted me to be, that's what I wanted to be. You know, oh, you're this girl. Okay, great. I'm that girl. And so even feeling like my interests, the things I were interested in, if anyone was like, oh, that doesn't seem cool, I was like, oh yeah, I was just joking about that. I wasn't really into animals and stuff now. So, but then as I became a mother, I focused on them, and I really, I knew I always wanted to be a mother, and I enjoyed that. And it was through my kids that I was able to really find myself, because I just was so focused on them that I didn't really worry about what other people thought of my opinions. And as I was trying to help my children find their special things and their gifts, mine started to come to the surface as well, because your kids learn more from what you do than what you say.
So true. So
That's
true.
beautiful. Well, thank you for being such a light and a living
Yeah.
example. Tell people where they can find you and come to your stable.
Oh, sure. So we're in Jupiter, Florida, and we have a website that's weisbergstables.com, a Facebook page, and an Instagram with the same name.
love it.
Perfect.
Check it out.
Beautiful.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more.